Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this reading. This is a general collective reading. Tonight I am opening up with an angel number, and then we'll pull some tarot, and I've got a deck of oracle cards here too. So we'll just, oh wow. So if you saw my last outdoor reading, I'm pretty sure it was my last outdoor reading, might have been the one before that, but it was about heartbreak. I talked to you a little bit about an ebony jewel wing, which is like a dragonfly. It's a damselfly, but they look like little dragonflies. One just, I don't know if it showed up on the camera. It flew in front of the camera and landed on, sorry, on my table. And it's just sitting here. It's really beautiful. So damselflies, because they're like dragonflies, they're symbols of transformation. So, wow, he's just sitting here. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle and see if any messages come through. I'm just kind of tuning in to this beautiful damselfly. I mean, I love insects. I just think they are just amazing creatures, but I still get a little bit creeped out by them. I don't want them to land on me. So, flew away. So that's a message right there. So some of you are going through a transformation, or you're looking for connection is another message for some of you. If you saw that video, that damselfly has been in my yard for the last couple of weeks, and it had a partner. There were two of them, and one of them I found dead on my sidewalk last week. So there was a message there about like loss and just kind of dealing with grief that comes with that, heartbreak. That's what that video was about. And, you know, I had seen that damselfly right before that video. So just showed up here again. So we'll see what comes through in this video. All right, let's start with an angel number. Spirit, what do you want to share with this collective? Compromise, 0707. Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges, express your emotions, and aim towards a compromise. Where there's a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. That letting go of what no longer serves you definitely is in alignment with that damselfly and the idea of transformation. All right, I'm going to start with some tarot, see what comes out. Yeah, Spirit's asking you to transform the way that you are looking at something. Okay, Two of Swords. Yeah, Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is an energy of taking a time out. This is sort of like being at a crossroads, and there's something more that you need to see. That's why he's blindfolded on here. And yeah, it's just kind of like protecting your peace, protecting your heart. I'm getting with this card intuitively. Just his arms are crossed there, but I'm just feeling like that's one of the main messages of this card is you're trying to protect your heart. And you may be kind of at this like crossroads energy. We're also getting, remember, compromise on this. So you may need to make a decision. But I feel like it's more about a decision to let go of something. And you're just kind of in this quiet. This is also a card of like peace. It's kind of like this time out sort of energy. And you're being asked to let go of something that no longer serves you. I feel like you're not quite ready. Like your heart is still, like you're wanting to hold on to something. It feels almost like a tender feeling. King of Cups. Yeah, that's tender. That's a very tender heart. That's someone who's very connected to their emotions. You just may be feeling very emotional at this time. Yeah, I'm just getting like a really, really big heart. And there's some kind of difficulty with letting go of something. So we'll get some more here. We'll see. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be a relationship decision. Maybe you're holding on to, I don't know, someone that maybe you need to let go of. Okay, the Two of Pentacles reversed. It's like not wanting to change. So we have two twos here, Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. And that compromise, remember, that was the first card that came out, compromise. So there may be something in a relationship where you need to compromise. The King of Cups, you could be either the King of Cups or the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups, the King of Cups is someone who's very like stable in their emotions. Like they're the kind of person that's calm in a storm, that kind of energy. Just very loving also. Sometimes the King of Cups can actually be almost a little bit like overprotective of their emotions. Like they feel such big emotions, but they don't always feel comfortable showing them. And I'm getting sort of that with that Two of Swords. I feel like that's you. But you could reverse this if you're the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is just someone who's very hardworking, very kind, very loving, very earthy. It's kind of like it's almost like an earth mother kind of energy. But it's also somebody who's willing to get their hands dirty and work really hard. She's very practical, very hands-on. It's kind of like a homemaker sort of card, like someone that loves to, and it doesn't mean like someone who doesn't work and is only a homemaker. I just mean somebody who just loves to beautify their home, work in the garden, that sort of thing. So these are two energies that are here. And this Two of Pentacles reversed. Let me try to make some more light here on my camera. The lighting is kind of funny outside here. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is almost like holding on to one of the pentacles and not wanting to let go, not wanting to compromise. Okay, let's see what else, Spirit. What is this about? Not wanting to change. And if this is just your energy, you could be the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Like at this crossroads where there's something that you really love, maybe that you are working on, and there's something that you need to compromise about it. Okay, Seven of Cups came out. Yeah, this can be confusion, like having a lot of options and feeling like you need to let one go, you need to compromise, but you don't want to change. You don't want to kind of give up what you're working on, like you're holding on to this really tightly. Let's see what else comes out. Give me a little bit more about this, Spirit. The Death card. That's endings. This is also change and transformation. And with the damselfly that showed up at the beginning of the reading, yeah, you're going through this massive, massive change, this transformation. And this Two of Swords makes me feel like you're sort of at this crossroads. And like Spirit wants you to transform, like let go of what no longer serves you so you can transform. And this is like resisting that change. The Queen of Pentacles can also be an energy of like working on something for a really long time. Pentacles are slow growing, and this might be something that you've been working on for a long time. But you're starting to question. There's some kind of confusion, or things feel like up in the air. Maybe you're feeling like, maybe I have too much going on and I need to compromise something. Yeah, and the Death card is here to say it's time to end something. And the beautiful thing with the Death card is the ending leads to a rebirth. You can see the sun rising in the background there. So let's see. Yeah, the Ten of Wands just fell out when I picked up the deck. And that can be like needing to let go of some burdens, like you have too much going on. The Two of Pentacles can also be, when it's upright, like juggling a lot of things, juggling a lot of responsibilities. And with it being reversed, it's like things are imbalanced now. Yeah, and you need to let something go. Spirit, is this about a relationship, or is just the individual? I feel like maybe for some of you, I'm tapping in intuitively, some of you, there's something in a relationship that is part of this. Like you feel like you have to compromise something that you're working on. So I'm just getting this like story of, with this Seven of Cups, what is this? Give me a second here. I was just getting like this whole download here, and it was a whole like storyline of, like, you have this vision, like if you're this Queen of Cups, sorry, Queen of Pentacles, you're this Queen of Pentacles, and you're working really hard, and you're not seeing the results yet. You're kind of sitting in this confusion, like what's going on? Why aren't things happening? And you're starting to question, like, maybe I need to compromise. Maybe I need to give up some things, especially seeing that Ten of Wands. You may also have this King of Cups around you, who's someone who really, really cares deeply about you. And they may be sort of like advising you, like, hey, maybe you're taking on too much. Maybe you need to make some changes. Yeah, tell me some more about this, Spirit. And I feel like they may be confusing matters a little bit. I'm just getting this whole story, and it's not really here in the cards, but it's just intuitively, like, you know what you're doing, and you have this plan, and you're focused on that with that Queen of Pentacles. But there's somebody that's coming along that's making you feel like you need to compromise your vision. This can also be a visionary, a card of, you know, the visionary. And you may feel like you've got this big dream and you can see it, but there's somebody around you that's making you question that and making you feel like maybe I need to compromise, maybe I'm taking on too much, maybe I need to let some things go, juggle some things around. Eight of Cups. Yeah, this is walking away. Clarify that, Spirit. Just before I even clarify it, I'm getting a message about going your own way. Sort of like, this is reminding me, right? We had the Seven of Cups a minute ago. The Eight of Cups is he's walking away, and he's got this staff. And the staff in tarot for me is always about supporting yourself. Sorry, my camera keeps getting dark. I tried to fix that a minute ago and it got dark again. Okay. I locked it, so hopefully it'll stay. And he's like supporting himself. He's deciding for himself that he's leaving behind any kind of confusion or just not doing what he wants, right? What's not fulfilling him. And he's only focused on going towards what makes him happy. And I feel like you know what that is, but there's this well-meaning energy. This King of Cups can be, if this is another person around you, this can be like a very well-meaning energy, but they may be kind of making you feel, for whatever reason, that you need to compromise on your vision. Spirit, what's your advice here? You could also just be contemplating, should I walk away from something that I'm not seeing the results of? Wow. The Tower and the Sun. Okay, wow. I've just heard sudden success. This is sort of tying into a message that came through a couple of weeks ago about not tearing things down and walking away right before you hit this success. I mean, the Sun is like the happiest card in the deck. And a couple things coming through with that. Like I just mentioned a minute ago with the Eight of Cups, he's walking away towards what makes him happy. And this Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's like you're walking towards your own happiness. And even like this little flagpole here is reminding me of that staff that this little frog is holding. It's like you are doing what lights you up, what makes you happy. Spirit, why is the Tower here? Show me the Tower. And it's interesting, I'm drawn to, see on this card there's a crown in this cup, and the crown that comes off the Tower. It's almost like you don't know where this thing you're working on is going to lead. One of the possibilities is this crown. And if you tear it down, you know, the crown falls off, disappears. So that is definitely a message for some of you. Let's see if it's for all of you. Spirit, clarify the Tower. Oh, that's too many. Clarify the Tower. Clarify the Tower. I'm hearing breakthrough. Yeah, I feel like this is a good tower. It's like this, death and the Tower both are endings. I think it's something that's gonna, I have a feeling like the Ace of Swords might come out. It's like you're gonna have some clarity and you're gonna feel like you don't need to compromise. All right, Spirit, give me a card here for Tower. Okay, the Four of Swords. Yeah, this is like, stop and take a rest. Don't do anything rash. Let me get a little bit more. Let me get 2 more on the Tower. Okay, Five of Wands. Yeah, it's like you're feeling this conflict in you. I feel like that Five of Wands is your inner conflict, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is, again, this like contemplating energy. Like, I'm being really patient. I've been working really hard. The Queen of Pentacles. You're trying to achieve a goal. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's worked really hard on something, put her own hands on something and has put in the work, but you're waiting for the results and you're being really, really patient. But this Five of Wands can just be this inner conflict. Like, where is it? When is it happening? Like, what is going on? And do I need to, again, like, compromise? Spirit's also saying that is a message. Like, the compromise is, don't tear things down. Just keep moving towards the sun. This is really strongly coming through for me right now. Anything else with this Tower, Spirit? So they should rest. Four of Swords is just taking a time out. Same with the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords are both taking a time out. So maybe you do need to like reassess a few things. I think it's more about, take some time to think about what really makes you happy about this thing that you're working on and double down on that. We've got 2 sevens here. So I'm getting like, doubling down on what makes you happy. Okay, what else with this Tower, Spirit? Oh my gosh, the Fool and the Page of Pentacles. Fool and the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting with this that right around the corner is like this new opportunity that's coming in. I really feel like Spirit's saying, don't burn down this thing that you are working on. This Fool, the Fool is like a new journey, and the Page of Pentacles can be a new opportunity. It's building something. And again, the Pentacles are very patient, and it takes time, and it's, as you're building this thing, even if you're not seeing results, you are learning so much and you're honing your talents and skills is what I'm hearing. And Spirit just wants you to be like free and light. The Fool and the Sun just make me feel like, don't compromise on what you're doing. Lean more into your enjoyment of it and just be light and free about it. Tell me more about this Fool and the Page of Pentacles, Spirit. Yeah, I think you're really going to have this this breakthrough, and that Fool is just making me feel like a sense of relief. And it's also, I'm getting a message like, I wasn't a fool for sticking with this. Like I was saying in the beginning with like, maybe somebody's making you feel like, why is it taking so long? Saying things that are well-meaning, but making you feel like, oh, maybe I do need to make some changes, or I need to compromise on what I'm doing. Ace of Cups. This is that like another new energy, and it's fulfillment. I also feel like with this Ace of Cups, like this ace is you. Sometimes I see the Ace of Cups as self-love and self-fulfillment. There's this real emphasis here on doing what makes you happy, and don't compromise on that. Definitely do not compromise what part of the thing that you're doing really fills you up. Like Spirit really wants you to double down on that And yeah, you've got this like new level of happiness and fulfillment coming in with whatever it is you're working on. And my eyes just landed on the word freedom on this card. There's like some little keywords. And yeah, I just feel like you're just going to feel so free, and you're going to be free of that burden of confusion. So let's see, Spirit, what's going to bring about this breakthrough? What's going to bring about that breakthrough? And of course, the Ace of Cups can be new relationships, new love, but like a new renewal in love. I think there's something here, like I said, for some of you about a relationship, and it's like you're getting ready to go into a new chapter with the Fool, the Ace of Cups. And yeah, something about not burning it down, not walking away, like staying, working on compromising. So if there is something that maybe like your partner is, I don't know, asking you to compromise, I really feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, it's something that you're working on, and you feel like maybe your partner is wanting you to compromise on that. There's something, you guys are going to work something out, so you're both happy that you're both in this Sun energy, and it's going to be like this new kind of chapter in your relationship, this new like renewal. Okay, so the Eight of Swords came out. That's feeling kind of stuck. I feel like right now that's where you are, and you don't see, with this blindfold, you don't see that there's this like Tower and Sun, this sudden success right around the corner. Spirit, what else do you want to say about that? How's that going to come in? See if we can get a peek. Tell me about this sudden success and why they shouldn't walk away. They want me to focus on the compromise part, actually. I'm getting corrected here. So, all right, Spirit, well, tell us about this compromise. What needs to be compromised, or what do you want to say about compromise? Temperance. Yeah, this is finding a happy medium, a happy balance. And it's also like tempering any kind of volatile emotions, right? The King of Cups is very calm, so it's approaching this in a very calm way. And I just feel like because Temperance is here, it's like almost blending two things. Yeah, I was getting in the beginning, like not compromising, but thinking about that a little bit differently. That's what this Two of Swords is, like Two of Swords, Four of Swords, like take a little bit of time out and, right, like get centered, find your like peaceful place inside, and kind of think about how you can blend two things or combine two things so that you're not actually having to give up anything. Knight of Cups, yeah. There's a lot of love between you two, or just between you and this thing that you're working on. Yeah, the Knight of Cups is just your devotion also. Like, you've got this big love for whatever it is that you're working on. There's a lot of love between you and your partner, if that is one of the factors here. But this is also like, for me, like commitment and devotion to this thing that you really love. And remember, we had the Eight of Cups, like he's walking away and of anything that doesn't fulfill him, and just doing what he wants to do, what he really, really loves. If I'm getting a message now, like if there is something that you compromised, it would be letting go of anything that you're doing that you don't really love in this thing that you're building. I'm feeling like it's a business for some of you. So apply that in your life where that might fit, but just like something that you're working towards, that maybe let go of anything that isn't just, I don't know, that feels easy, that feels light, that feels Like you just really love it and you want to do more of that. Okay, the Chariot reversed. That can be like delays. I think Spirit's like giving you this kind of delay, this little time out, so you can really see what parts of what you're working on you love that you can double down on. Yeah. Okay, any final messages, Spirit? Oh, let's do any. Any final messages with this compromise? Yeah, I feel like also with this reverse Chariot, you don't have to pick one path. I really feel that with the Temperance and this reverse Chariot, see how there's like, it's almost like there's two different paths, two directions. This guy could be in charge and pull one way and the other guy could pull you the other way. So it's almost like there's two paths here, but Spirit's saying, think about this a little bit differently. And yeah, like the Two of Pentacles was reversed too. Like kind of turning things around, looking at things from different angles, and seeing how you can find a way to do what you want to do without feeling like you're giving up something. Unless the only thing that you should be compromising on, Spirit is saying, is if there's something that you just don't love about it. Let that part go. Okay, Ace of Swords. Did I say that? Oh no, the Knight of Swords. I thought the Ace of Swords was going to come out, just that breakthrough. But the Knight of Swords is kind of like that too. Like this is saying don't give up, be determined, like stick with what you're doing. And it's going to take off. Things are going to get moving again, but you just need to get a little bit of clarity. And the swords, of course, are clarity. Clarity about, I'm hearing the direction you want to go with this, and just keeping like love and like emotional fulfillment, really what makes you happy as your guiding light. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle to close out this reading. See if anything extra comes out in this deck. And I'm just getting with that King of Cups. I'm also seeing the word forgiveness on this. If you are dealing with someone who is kind of making you feel like you need to compromise what you're doing, just know, you know, like I said, they have your best intentions at heart. It's because they love you so much and they don't want to see you hurt in some way. So kind of like forgive them for maybe almost like sowing a seed of doubt in your mind with this. That's not their intention. Okay, so we're getting Drum, Dream and Journey, and Shaman, Trust in Higher Forces. Wow. And look at how the drum is exactly like the one that he is holding here. And of course, shamans use drumming to get into that meditative state so they can go on a journey. And with that Two of Swords and the Four of Swords, that could be really helpful for you right now. You don't have to do a shamanic journey, but just taking some time out to really tune out the noise I'm hearing. And yeah, trust your intuition, trust your spirit guides, trust your own higher self when you go into this meditative state. And you are going to get answers, that breakthrough, that Knight of Swords. That clarity is going to come to you, and you're going to realize that you don't need to compromise. You just maybe need to make sure you're following your heart more than anything. Follow the sun, I'm hearing, and you're going to have that breakthrough. That, remember, we got the Tower with the sun, so I think that is an incredible message right there in itself. So I hope this helps. I'm going to leave the message here. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you really soon. Bye.